Morning, it's Vijay here. Today is Tuesday, 21st January 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre Market Commentary. Today is the beginning of the Trump era, and I think a lot of things will change and change dramatically. And in my opinion, as far as the Indian markets are concerned, I think the changes will be for the better. As far as the Indian economy is concerned, we have an opportunity to do something good. Now, whether the powers that be will take up this opportunity is what we have to see. I continue to be optimistic that Trump will be good for India, the Trump team will be good for India, and so we need not worry. So Trump has, you see how Trump behaves. Unlike other leaders, including Indian leaders, they take their own time to formulate policies. But Trump on day one signed about close to 200 files, and so he's got on to the action uh, immediately. Unlike, we have seen even locally how we take time to formulate a cabinet, and then only we look at policies, and then we blame the monsoons, and we blame all kinds of things. So first of all, see the deal maker that he is. He says, TikTok, I give 75 days, we'll try to do a deal with China. If they don't do a deal, I'll put tariffs. So, which means he's given China a way out to say, okay, let's do a deal. The moment China does a deal, and China has got nothing to lose by doing a deal on TikTok with the US, the moment they do it, Trump may ease off and say, okay, let's relook at what tariffs have to do. So that is 75 days. And then he's declared an energy emergency, which means that he's going to do what is popularly called as drill baby drill, which means oil prices now are going to get capped. There could be volatility in the next few days simply because of the positioning, but sooner or later the oil prices will come down. In my opinion, I'm expecting Brent crude, for instance, to come down to 65. So what is happening is, I think at the first shot, people are confused, but there's nothing to be confused. It's a grand plan, which, if you just look at what Trump has done leading to the inauguration, his Trump's team is very clear that they're not going to do anything which is going to harm US. If nothing is going to harm US, obviously it will not harm the partner countries, and therefore gold there could be a good time for the global economy, including India. So that is as far as this one. He has withdrawn from the World Health Organization because maybe it's controversial, but I tend to side with Trump on this. World Health Organization is one of those really, inefficient organizations which delayed action as far as COVID was concerned. They didn't call it a pandemic till March of 2022, 2020. They should have acted on it in December itself when China reports came of the problem of COVID. So then he talks of a deal with Europe, where he talks of, we'll put tariffs on you if you don't take our oil and gas. And that's a very good way of negotiating. He always negotiates from the what we call the maximalist position. So that is the way a good leader, a strong leader should negotiate. And that's what exactly he's doing. You may like him, you may hate him, but you can't ignore him, because that is the way any strong leader should perform. And I think full marks to Trump on that. Then he floats an idea of an universal tariff, but says time has not yet come. So again, he's put everybody on alert, saying you do business where both of us win. It is not possible that only you win. And if you will try to win, then we are going to put tariffs on you. So what happened yesterday? The cues today are actually quite different, but still, yesterday Nifty ended about the 23,000 mark. People are still talking of 22 and 21, but I think 23,300 mark. But I think we are slowly going to go to higher levels before budget, though volatility cannot be ruled out. Broad markets outperform. Nifty small cap index has gone up 5 days in a row, and Nifty Bank started poorly. Nifty started poorly, and then finally they went up significantly. Of course, in the last half an hour, there was a lot of selling because they thought Trump will come and create havoc in the markets, but that is not to be. Even today, FIs are very skeptical. They have about 83% positions on the short side in the F&O. I think that will sooner or later come down to say 50 to 60, which is generally 60 is generally the let's say, the standard open interest position on the short side for FIIs. So we've got a long way to go down in terms of positioning, which means the prices are likely to be stable or go higher. So Wipro and Kotak Bank led the rally. Both of them came up with very good results, especially Kotak Bank, because Kotak Bank has done nothing in the last 5 years, and overnight now it has come back, into a good territory, I would say, or rather an acceleration kind of territory. I think the worst in Kotak Bank is behind Kotak Bank. And I think going ahead, they will get some relief from RBI, and then that should form a solid base. I do not expect it to go below Friday's levels. PSU banks, PSU banks are the most underrated in this market. They're trading at 5p, 6p, 8p, all of them single digit PE, and they are coming up with results of 15% growth in net profit, 20% growth in net profit. PSU bank after PSU bank, there are four large PSU banks which have not yet come: Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, and the big daddy of them all, State Bank of India. And I expect them to come with much better than expected results. And the PEG will be less than 1, because their PE, for instance, Canara Bank PE is 5. So if they come with 5, that means PEG will be 1. That is 5% increase in net profit would mean PEG equal to 1. 10% would mean PEG equal to 0.5. I think they will come minimum of 15% increase in net profit as per my analysis. So therefore, PSU banks are the place to be in my opinion. Auto did not do too well. I think the takeaway from the recent expo has not done, any wonders for the auto industry. So that is one which is struggling. FMCG was not in any great shape, primarily because of Zomato, for instance, came up with results which I think were not great. And I think a lot of people are stuck in Zomato at 300 levels. It will take a long time for Zomato to go to 300 levels. Maybe it will not go down too much because there are too many big people supporting that price. So maybe between 200 and 300, it will oscillate. But I think the management themselves feel that they are not going to do well in the next couple of years. And so that should put a pressure on Zomato prices, share prices. United Breweries went up because they seem to have struck a deal with Telangana. So that is auguring well, but United Breweries is having a very, very high PE ratio. I don't know how to look at it. So yesterday, of course, US markets were closed, and therefore nothing much happened there, but Europe was strong and FIs continue to sell. I'm not surprised, because you see, the FIs have taken, I would say US based FIs are there from all over the world. US are the majority of the money comes from US FIs. I think they have taken a view that Indian government is doing nothing. Till Indian government gets up and does something, I don't think FIs will come back, especially from the US, because there is no reason for people to believe in India from outside. See, sitting here, we can be bhakts of the government, whichever government it is, and say we are doing this, we are doing that. End of the day, results speak for themselves. And I think policy paralysis is there in this government. If the policy paralysis is not removed by budget, then we can expect a big sell-off after the budget. I continue to be bullish till budget, but I also am concerned that if the government does not do anything, which I think they will do, in my opinion, they will do, and I also think that there could be a positive surprise in the budget. But God forbid, if they believe that anyway we will get votes, we don't have to do anything for the economy, then it's a different matter altogether. But I'm no bhakt of any government, but purely from economics, I expect the government to do something special in the budget. So I'm going forward to the budget in a positive frame of mind, but I'm also aware that what the big money banks are thinking of. So today you have KEI Industry should come up with good results. ICICI Pru also. Then Jana SFB, that is a small financial bank. That will be an interesting thing, but though it is not in the limelight, but we'll find out how microfinance has done. Then you have PNB Housing. Can Fin Homes did badly, but it went up. PNB Housing also may do well as far as the market is concerned. UCO Bank should come with very good results. India Cements will be another indicator of how cement is performing. So today the stocks to watch will be Vedanta, which Fitch has upgraded. Again, metal stocks should do well today. Yesterday they were doing well. We bought into Nalco at around 205, 206. So we continue to hold Nasdaq. After a very long time, I've got into a metal stock. Vodafone Idea should do well, and Oberoi Realty has come up with good results. So did Dixon and MCX. But Dixon may see selling at higher levels. Today is what I suspect. Zomato will be under pressure, as I said. Cipla also will be under pressure because of some FDA observations, and L&T Finance has come with weak earnings, which is not that great. So if you look at the overall scenario as to what has happened, then if you just consider here, I'll show you the graph of what happened after Trump got, he took office. So here we are, the US dollar, first the Dixie. People were talking of 110. This is an hourly chart. It had reached about 110. They were talking of 114. I'm thinking of 107. Yesterday it almost fell below 108, but now it is 108.31. I think positioning will create some volatility, but I think 107, 106 should be the ultimate target. Indian rupee has strengthened because the dollar weakened. Oil, you see, oil has crashed from 82 and odd to around $80. Then you take the US 10-year yield. People were talking at 5, it will go 4.81, it had been, and it had gone recently. This is an hourly chart. And people are talking of 5, 6 and all that. Now you see it has crashed. And I think, as I've been mentioning, US 10-year yield should go below 4 in the next 3 to 6 months. I'm fairly confident that it will do, because I think people have overbought. They've short sold bonds left, right, center. I think they will bounce back. If you take Nikkei is also positive, though the BOJ meeting is there somewhere. Hang Seng is not bad. It's still positive. And this is the Gift Nifty, which is showing some, a rally over yesterday's closing. Yesterday's closing was around, I think, somewhere, it would have been probably been around, that's around 23,355. Today it is about 75 points higher. But I don't trust this Gift Nifty so much. But nevertheless, what it is showing for the world is that Trump is coming up with sensible policies, firm policies. He has put everybody on alert. I am willing to do business with you. It cannot be one-sided. I am the buyer. So as a buyer, I am holding all my cards. You can sell what you want, but if you want to sell, you will have to pay my price and not your price, which you were doing. So I think I am completely convinced that things will only get better under Trump, and he's not the villain as most people think, at least for the first 3 months. After that, if he changes his mind, I'll also change my mind. So with all that, I still continue to go positive. Yesterday also, we had a very good day. Yesterday was a day when I opened my trading room to all people on my Telegram, and I think quite a few of them made money. So as we speak today, I expect things to be bright. We continue to buy on decline. Metals, pharma, and even FMCG like ITC will be my focus. So whatever you do, I hope you have a good day. Thank you.